12s stop everything, Lumenfield just erupted with breaking news, and one fact is already on the table. 91%, a quarterback resurrection, a playoff razor's edge, and a quarterback confession that has the locker room divided. Insiders warned us last night. And here's the first payoff. That 91% figure, it's Seattle's playoff probability if they win Sunday, and it drops 18 points if they lose. If you create earthquakes louder than you breathe, hit like and subscribe right now. We start with the defensive comeback that has the Emerald City shaking. Stay locked. There's a double cliffhanger at the end that involves the Rams and a locker room fracture. Midnight film session, closed door, one coach, one cornerback, and a reputation hanging by a thread. The player, someone the 12s almost gave up on, someone whose jersey might be collecting dust in your closet. The name Tariq Woolen. And here's why this changes everything. Earlier this season, it looked like Rick's days in Seattle were over, burned by a backup tight end in the season opener against San Francisco. Too far out of position to react, the trade rumors started spinning. Fans screamed for a deal, analysts wrote him off, and the rumor mill predicted Seattle would flip Tariq for a guard before the deadline. But Mike McDonald saw something nobody else did. He insisted Woolen was playing better than it appeared, and McDonald's faith just got rewarded. Let's break down the resurrection. In his first 3 games this season, Woolen's Pro Football Focus grades were brutal. 37.4, 47.2, 55.2. For comparison, Devin Witherspoon's grades in the same stretch were 66, 78.1, 73.2. Woolen allowed 9 completions on 12 targets and only broke up 1 pass, the difference between a liability and a lockdown corner. But since then, Rick has only allowed completions on 14 of 31 attempts and has defended 5 passes. He's made 6 of his 7 stops in this last set of games. The timid play and run support gone. The blown coverages erased. This is the same quarterback who posted 16 pass breakups, 6 interceptions, and a passer rating allowed of just 48.7 in his rookie season. The Tariq Woolen, who should have been Defensive Rookie of the Year, is back. And here's the wrinkle. According to sources close to the situation, this is a rumor. McDonald pulled Woolen aside after the San Francisco loss and showed him film of his rookie season side by side with his recent struggles. That private meeting, no coordinators, no position coaches, just head coach and player, was the turning point. McDonald told him, "You're one adjustment away from being a lead again." That's leadership. Do you think Rick Woolen is a top 10 corner right now? Drop your ranking below. And if you believe this resurrection makes Seattle's secondary the most dangerous in the NFC West, smash that like button and let Rams fans know who owns the secondary. But as massive as that defensive resurgence is, the next story cuts even deeper. Because while the Seahawks lock down corners, the playoff window is closing fast. And one game this Sunday could decide everything. One game, one opponent, one number that makes the entire season teeter on the edge. The team, the Tennessee Titans. A wounded, vulnerable animal begging to be put to pasture. The number, 91%. That's Seattle's playoff probability if they win Sunday, and it drops 18 points if they lose. Let that sink in. 18% swing on one game against a team that's barely breathing. The math is brutal. A win puts Seattle at 91%, firmly in control of their own destiny with one more game against the Rams still on the schedule. A loss 73%, and suddenly the Seahawks are looking up at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who own the head-to-head tiebreaker. Tampa wins their game, Seattle loses theirs, and the 12s are sweating every remaining game. This isn't just about Tennessee, this is about the entire playoff picture. The Rams' schedule gets harder from here, Seattle's eases, and the NFC West is still wide open. But here's the kicker. The 49ers are sitting on a 27% swing this weekend, and the Kansas City Chiefs, the defending AFC champs, are on a 33% teeter-totter. Must win for Kansas City, wouldn't you say? Meanwhile, Seattle is sitting in a relatively stable position, but stable doesn't mean safe. Let's talk leverage. If both Seattle and Tampa win Sunday, the Seahawks move one step closer to the postseason. If Seattle loses and Tampa wins, the tiebreaker buries the 12s. The Buccaneers already beat Seattle earlier this season, so every game matters twice. And here's the rumor that's circulating inside the organization. According to insiders close to the front office, this is a rumor. Seattle's coaching staff has been studying Tennessee's defense for 2 weeks, treating this game like a playoff matchup. They know the Titans are vulnerable, they know the window is now, and they know one slip-up could cost them the division. Tennessee is a team that's given up, but wounded animals are dangerous. Do you think the Seahawks take care of business in Nashville, or is this a trap game? Drop your prediction below. And if you believe Seattle's playoff odds are stronger than the national media is giving them credit for, hit that like button and prove the doubters wrong. But the playoff math is only half the story. Because while the Seahawks fight for positioning, the quarterback at the center of it all just made a confession that has the locker room on edge. Press conference, bright lights. One question that made the room go silent. The answer: a confession that every Seahawks fan needed to hear. The quarterback, Sam Darnold. The word he used, unacceptable. And here's why this moment defines the entire season. Before the Rams game, Darnold had been a revelation. 7 wins, 2 losses, 17 touchdowns, over 2,000 passing yards, and Seattle sitting at the top of the NFC West. Then came Los Angeles, 4 interceptions, 21-9 loss. The journeyman quarterback was back in the maligned public spotlight, and the narrative flipped overnight. Those 4 turnovers made the Seahawks the most turnover-prone team in the NFL, with 20 giveaways in 10 games. 20. Darnold's 10 interceptions are the 3rd most in the league, behind only Tua Tagovailoa and former Seahawks quarterback Geno Smith. Of Seattle's 20 turnovers, 19 have come from the offense, and 14 are credited to Darnold. Although a bad snap from Oluwatimi and 2 tipped passes at the line of scrimmage contributed to that number. The stats are ugly, but Darnold didn't hide. At his Thursday press conference, he looked the media in the eye and said, "It's unacceptable. We understand as an offense, we have to be better. I have to be better at protecting the football. No excuses, no deflection, just accountability." And here's the tactical breakdown. Darnold admitted he's been getting stuck on 1 or 2 reads instead of clicking through his progressions. For me, I've got to go through my progressions, listen to my feet, and not get stuck on one side of the field feeling like someone's going to get open rather than just moving on. That's film room honesty. But here's where the story gets emotional. Despite the 4-pick disaster, the locker room hasn't turned on Darnold. Linebacker Ernest Jones IV gave a fiery statement after the loss that went viral. "It's football, man. He's our quarterback. We've got his back. And if you've got anything to say, quite frankly, F you. That's brotherhood." Darnold said Jones' words meant a lot to him and credited the Seahawks locker room for being one of the best he's been a part of in 9 years across 5 teams. The way that everyone comes together, fights for each other. I think it's very evident the way we play football on Sundays. This isn't just a quarterback trying to save his reputation. This is a leader owning his mistakes while his teammates fight for him. Do you think Sam Darnold bounces back against Tennessee, or is the turnover issue going to haunt Seattle all season? Drop your take below. And if you believe the locker room unity is what will carry the Seahawks through this storm, smash that like button and let the doubters know that the 12 stand united. But accountability is one thing, execution is another. And the next 72 hours will reveal whether Seattle's identity is built on resilience or regret. 3 stories, 1 storm. The cornerback resurrection fortifies the defense. The playoff razor's edge defines the urgency. And the quarterback confession reveals the heart of this team. Seattle doesn't fear thunder. Seattle is the thunder. If the Seahawks execute on Sunday, they hit 91% playoff probability. Tariq Woolen continues his lockdown run, and Sam Darnold silences the critics. The Rams' schedule gets brutal. The 49ers are on a 27% swing, and the NFC West runs through Lumen Field. Tariq Woolen's resurgence gives Seattle the secondary depth to match up against any offense. Devin Witherspoon and Tariq Woolen on the outside. That's a problem for every elite receiver in the conference, but the defense can only do so much if Darnold keeps putting the ball in defenders' hands. 20 turnovers in 10 games is a recipe for disaster in January. The locker room believes in him. Ernest Jones went to war for him, but belief doesn't win playoff games. Execution does. Tennessee is everything. A win and Seattle controls their destiny at 91%. A loss and the Buccaneers leap ahead. The margin for error disappears. Here's what I need from the 12s. 1. Smash that. Like if you believe the Seahawks just became the most dangerous team in the NFC West. 2. Drop a comment with your boldest prediction for Sunday. Does Sam Darnold throw 0 interceptions, or does the turnover bug bite again? 3.